I'm a huge fan of comedy, from your stand-up comedians to your dumb 2000s Adam Sandler movie. I absolutely adore the genre. A personal favorite of mine is Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Juice in Your Hood. A movie that parodies hood movies, but a film that's so funny you don't even need to watch the films that they're parodying to enjoy it. A movie that works perfectly on its own.
It was perfect. Perfect.
If I could be honest, I'm going to say something that's a bit controversial. I prefer watching a dumb comedy film to a smart comedy film because a dumb comedy film knows exactly what it wants to be. And at times, if a smart comedy film tries its best to be something that it's clearly not, the jokes don't even work, just making it just a rough experience. There is no definitive way to describe or explain what makes a joke funny, but just like answering the question, what is anime? It's something like, you know it when you see it. Anime and comedy have always had a hand-in-hand relationship. Like any medium, movie, show, book, or whatever, there's bound to be parody, satire, and mainly jokes, and anime
Is no different.
Look, we all know Japanese is different from English. English is different from Japanese. The way how jokes come out and puns and stuff like that and everything else always come out really different, and they all have their own reasons. Look, I'm not going to sit here and start like explaining to you the differences between the American language and the Japanese language. You guys are here for an anime review. So thus, that brings us to 1993's two-episode OVA, Dragon Half, based on a 1988 manga that ran for 7 volumes and illustrated by
BlueSky Mira.
It'd get its anime adaptation illustrated in It'd get its adaptation animated by IG Tatsunoko, directed by Shina Sadamitsu, director of Birth, which we'll one day get into, I promise. Funny enough, this was an anime I've always heard about from multiple people. Hell, the niche popularity of Dragon Half precedes the people who've actually even watched it. I remember I was at a con one time and someone told me that I should watch Dragon Half, and when I asked them if it was any good, they responded back with, I haven't watched it, but everyone's telling me that it's good. If you're recommending me an anime that you haven't even watched, that's a sign of this anime being really good, or you simply don't know what you're talking about. And I was genuinely surprised because I enjoyed my time watching Dragon Half. But before I get into what I liked about the anime, let's discuss what this anime is even about. This guy married and fucked a dragon after the king sent him on a quest to slay said dragon. Him and his dragon GF had a baby, and that's our main character, and her name is Mink.
Ah, that's why they called it Dragon Half.
Mink loves this rock star named Dick Saucer. No, I'm not kidding. That's actually his name. He even sings it all the time. I'm not even gonna lie. The joke never gets old at all. The point of the first episode is just to introduce us to the cast of characters, while stupid stuff just sort of happens. At one point, the king gives Mink a fake ticket to see Richard Saucer, but she gets rejected at the door since it's a fake ticket that literally says fake ticket on it. That leads us to the introduction to the cocky but also kind of stupid daughter of the king, Princess Venna. I know she's a bad guy because she looks a lot like our main character, but she has dark hair. Venna and Mink sort of have a rivalry over who's the bigger Richard Saucer fan. More stupid shit happens during the episode. Dick Saucer is trying to kill Mink because the king gave him an order to do so, and by the second episode we're already in a tournament arc where more shenanigans ensue.
Do you want to do a second take of that?
Nah, I just kind of want to get this video out and done already. And if I'm going to be honest, the plot of this anime sort of doesn't matter. The anime is really dumb. The story sort of follows the characters saying or doing something. A joke happens and some observational comedy happens, and we move on to the next point. The entire first episode sort of barely has a plot, but more so works to introduce our characters, whether they're big or small. The second episode does have a plot, but what happens during the plot feels more so silly, and it would enter into spoiling jokes for this anime. So let's just start the whole reviewing portion, shall we? Hi guys, if you guys want to support the channel, please donate to my Patreon. It's only $2 a month, and you get to be able to see videos upwards to a week early before they come up here on YouTube. And you get to see other little details and stuff like that on the behind the scenes of these videos before they even get out to the general public. Hell, you might be able to see some new character icons on there before they get up on here. So please follow me on Patreon and also check me out on BlueSky. And until then, I've been ShakeStar, and have a nice one. And back to the video, I mean, fuck. I've always been mixed about comedy anime. I always get annoyed when things get a little too loud and annoying for stuff. I get annoyed at mistranslated jokes, and I think that fan service anime, a lot of the times, if it's handled really poorly, typically has like some of the worst comedy you can ever.
Tails, get off!
I'm so sorry.
I never thought you'd stoop that low.
Endure. A perfect example of two great comedy anime have to be Nichijou and Cromartie High School, but we'll talk about those two when we finally land on those two. But the main question is, where does Dragon Half land? I think for its silly premise, the anime understands exactly what it is, and it knows why we're here, and it just wants to make us laugh. And from its characters, settings, and general scenarios, Dragon Half does an excellent job at that. And one of the things I'm so fascinated by it is that it's not the usual kind of comedy anime I would have really found myself even laughing or hell, even watching. If it wasn't for the writing and the characters and even the English dub performance, I don't think I would have enjoyed this anime as much as I did. The setting of this anime is very medieval fantasy based. There's elves, dragons, etc. Then they have TVs and CDs making this world seem magical but not too foreign to the idea of modern life. Well, as modern as an early 90s could be. Let's talk about our main character, Mink. She's a bit of a goofbrain, she's obsessed with Richard Saucer, and at one point during this story, she wants to make herself more human so he can realize her and like her and not see her as a dragon half. Oh wait, I should have mentioned that potion part during the plot synopsis.
Guess I'll die.
The characters in this anime work really well, and they're so much fun. Not only are they constantly going off model and designed to emphasize their humor and actually make the jokes work, they're actually enjoyable, including the side characters and the king. The king is a bumbling, stupid doofus that plans backfire on him, whether it's his incompetence or the people that work for him being dumb, or just the plot saying, yeah bro, no, that's not gonna work out. I think the side characters highlight the comedy of this anime really well in comparison to our main cast.
Say, I was just wondering why you have a belly button. That's really very odd, you know, especially when you consider that you were hatched from an egg.
Well, I am the product of very strange circumstances.
I like Mink's friends Pia and Lufa. They're sort of funny, but not as funny as the king's assistant Rosario and the meathead Damaramu. Damaramu.
One more step, and Damaramu would have advanced 2 full positions in rank and earned 20 camels a week. And bored, I, Damaramu, will forever regret.
But to find out he lived for a reason, I'm not going to spoil, but when you find out, it's actually like a treat. It's hilarious. I also wanted to talk about the animation being as good as it is. It's very fast paced, a bit choppy at certain points, but that choppiness really emphasizes the absurdity and expressive reactions the characters get on their face, giving this anime a fast paced and expressive look. Also, speaking of looks, this anime looks 90s as hell. Giant colorful hair and big sparkling glassy eyes. It's very cutesy, which I adore. I am so happy that I watched this anime, because there is truly a beauty to stupid anime and stupid comedy that I feel like this anime perfectly nails. When a medium doesn't take itself too seriously, it can speak way more to the genre of what it's supposed to be. I appreciate Don't Be a Menace for pointing out some of the absurdities of the hood movie genre and its cliches. Dragon Half not only parodies the anime genre, but also the anime fantasy genre with the way how it portrays its characters and its tropes.
All right, I suppose I can give you the test. You see, there are so many putzes who want to be in the tournament every year that we can't admit them all. So, we let everybody fight with this as a screening test. Play the Guardian of the Brutal Killer Martial Arts Tournament, Minotaurus. So far, only 7 people have passed this year. Can you beat him with your skinny arms? Can you, little girl? Ready, go! Oi, if you will just step this way.
I'm so happy that this anime even exists. It came out during an era where the Japanese economy was not the best, and when investors wanted to put their money into projects that were guaranteed hits to get their money back, they meant it. And you know, there's a reason why this anime only has 2 episodes. Until ADV decided to license and dub it here in the United States, or toward Western markets, shall I say, and I have to say it was pretty popular. Well, popular enough that in 2018 we finally got a manga translation of the series. For that 16-year time period, the anime started more so ruminating and building up with more of a fan base here in the West. Of course, like all media, as I always say in my videos, it has its flaws. Not every joke lands as well, but the best part about that is that for each joke that doesn't land, you actually get 1 or 2 that actually do. The characters, even when they come off a bit playfully annoying, are really solid and funny. Top that off with some nice and clean animation to boot, and I can't emphasize how 90s as hell this anime is. And I have to say, for the next 50 minutes, if you decided to watch Dragon Half, you're in for a pretty solid time. So go watch Mink and her friends screw around for that amount of time. It sucks that we never got more episodes, but you know what, I'm happy with what we have. And I'll catch you next time, because next time we're looking into... I haven't decided or started yet.